facts, not feelings. But it's his facts
versus actual facts.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
A lot of times.
Look, he's one of those people that will have an argument with you about something that you can look up in a book.
Yeah, feels good.
Lone, I'm actually going to start off with, because you put this in Discord.
You said you don't know who Ben Shapiro is. He's got a song called Facts with Tom MacDonald.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the first time Ben Shapiro has ever rapped.
Yep.
It sounds like it's the first time he's ever rapped.
Okay.
Extremely corny.
And you know, it's Tom MacDonald doing Tom MacDonald things. You know, it's not a good record. It's a rap power ballad. It's not hip hop. It's just what it is.
So Lone, let me ask you this.
Number ones mean nothing, do they?
Man, listen.
Not if you're an influencer. You know, like anybody who's a big influencer can go get a number one because it's just people playing it.
So what does this say about, I guess, about the landscape? Because we talk about people that quote unquote play with hip hop, because we've had this conversation before, but it's actually when you were gone. This is the epitome, I think, of what you were talking about, because how this happened, I don't know, but this is clearly trolling.
It's not really what I was talking about. I mean, what I was talking about specifically was just the...
You don't think it's kind of in line with that?
You guys kind of took it another place, which is fine. But my not to get too sidetracked, my intent was rappers that young people that get in, they enjoy rap, but their intent is legitimately just the bag. It's not to be creatives in the long term.
About the culture and all that.
Ben
stuff.
Shapiro is a multi-millionaire. He's co-owner of the Daily Wire. He doesn't need money to rap or anything like that. So he's doing this just to kind of mock hip hop. Is what it is, and rap music in general,
which he's talked about. He's been against in the past, correct?
So he came out a few years ago and he made the statement that because of his musical background of his dad being a professor or playing classical jazz music or something, I don't know what it is, doesn't matter. Because he's got this history, he's like, rap music is not technically music because it's just rhythm and, you know, like the music part is, but rapping isn't musical. Right. And he's trying to make this big argument, like essentially what he's trying to do is demean hip hop music and rap music and black culture of music, essentially the popular black culture of music. And if you know Ben Shapiro, you know why he does this, to make it seem like it's less valuable, has less merit than any other type of genre that is out there. Okay. That was his thing. And so people are trying to equate the two right now, like, oh, now he's rapping, but now, like, I don't equate the two. I think it's just something silly he's doing just to...
So he's trolling.
He's trolling.
This is trolling. This is
100%
Ben Shapiro.
trolling.
Okay. All right. Go
His
ahead,
whole thing is, look, I saw the article, but then I saw, number one, just while I'm scrolling through things, because number one can mean so many different things.
Yep.
Once again, there are people who have number one songs within the culture that we don't know. And we might get into that later. But this is just somebody trying to get a rise out of people. It's kind of like the same thing when I said the whole thing about Lil Nas X. And I said, don't let this guy get a rise out of you because this is just what he's doing.
Now that was blatant.
When I was talking about people of faith.
Right.
And so as people who are hip hop fans, we need to just dismiss this. This is him trying to be dismissive in his own way. And since we know that, let's just, No, you're a clown. You're playing to an audience that, the whole thing of owning the libs, like that's your whole thing. And you don't really care about right or wrong as long as you feel like you're on the right side of something, even if you know it's wrong. You're going to keep going with it. So I'm just one of those people that's like, I dismiss everything. I dismiss all these MAGA rappers. Yeah. Because you're not a part of the culture. You're only doing this because you found a lane for people who are just as angry as you are. In fact, you're probably not even angry. You're just playing these people. Just like the people who are like, yeah, I support the people January 6th, but you weren't down there with them because you knew that was illegal.
I saw the comments actually that I saw when I looked at the record on YouTube. So
you driving the numbers up? Is that? But you know what?
Out of curiosity,
you look at, and so you know how many people will go to something just based on curiosity.
They knew what they were doing. 100%. What I'm saying is, as I scrolled through the comments, I saw people really going at the Shapiro guy, like clowning him, like talking about his past and how this is corny, and the hoodie and his hands is in his pocket. Just people ripping him. But there was a huge amount of comments that were for this. Yep. I saw a lot of comments, a lot of likes, people saying, keep going, brothers. And, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff where people were behind these two dudes. And those comments outweighed the people going at Shapiro and clowning him from what I saw.
Because, there are people like me who wouldn't even click on it.
Right.
You know, but the people who like Ben Shapiro and think, yes, that his worldview is something that I need to embrace because I feel marginalized,
right?
You know, in this society that is becoming, you know, even with all its flaws, it is becoming more fair,
right?
You know, and I don't know where my place is in a society that's becoming more fair.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it's kind of crazy, but
is the that's
a bar right there.
Those are facts.
Yeah, you know, because look, there was a time when you could just say there were certain things that were just set aside for a white man.
Yeah,
you know, it was never when the coaching carousel. You know, we're at the end of the NFL season.
Yeah,
coaching carousel. There was just a time until Art Shell came along with the LA Raiders. I think they were in LA at the time. There were no defensive coaches or offensive coordinators who were black or
period
that were considered.
Period.
It just wasn't a thing. It used to be like, okay, you can play, but we're not going to let you coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's, you know, I remember reading this story about one of the TV judges, and she talked about how her father had graduated at the top of his law school.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a job at a law firm, had to work in a linoleum factory for 3 years till he could open his own law firm because white law firms did not. Now, if you're black and you are capable and you're a lawyer, so now there's white mediocrity that's pushed to the margins.
Right.
And so as long as there's white mediocrity that's being pushed to the margins, there's going to be somebody like Ben Shapiro to say, hey, you're being marginalized because of fairness in the marketplace.
Right.
And we're going to make a rap song for you. Him having a #1 rap song is not considering what's going on in society. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised just because of the metrics and the way things, just like that one Try That in a Small Town dude.
Oh yeah, that's
You know, like these are the things
we talk
that, you know, if you can get a part of that audience, it feels of that white, specifically white male audience feels marginalized by fairness in society. And you can bring up things like DEI.
Yeah.
And you can bring up things like
that's diversity, equity, inclusion for you guys that don't know.
Yeah, and you can bring up banning books in school about Jackie Robinson and Rosa Parks and, you know, all these things that are just hot button words, you know, and you can tie into that audience, you'll make $1 million easy.
You know what, Terry?
The anti-wokes.
We had a chance to play the record prior to going on to the show, and Terry, you said something that jumped out to me. And I actually agree with you 100% when you were talking about the concept of people playing with the hip hop culture, right? Because this is a prime example of people just trolling and playing with something that I would say all four of us take serious. Just kind of talk about how that makes you feel when you see something that just pops up like this that you know is inauthentic.
I really don't have a lot to add. I mean, I think
other than what we
really
said,
touched on everything. I mean, it's just annoying when I see it at the end of the day.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It is annoying. Yeah,
it's annoying because we know what he's doing, but at the same time, can't really give it much stock. It's only those people that are in the comments that are like, "Man, this is great." But
I saw it, bro.
Finally, a rap song for me.
Yeah, I saw it, bro.
And even like the reactions you'll see on TikTok. But the thing is everybody that's reacting the same exact way in praise are exactly what you would think they would look like.
The people, the people that are
exactly
reacting,
what you think. There's, there's
the sunglasses and the
but then there's also, but they're also all conservatives. They're like, oh man, did you hear that bar about Muslims and Christians, or did you hear that bar? It's just like that's not a bar, man. That's not a bar. Yeah. And so it's just I wouldn't even call it culture vulture. It's just he's just trolling. He's just trolling.
So this is just
Tom MacDonald is definitely a culture vulture,
100%.
But. And he doesn't even do hip hop. He just makes rap music for angsty white people.
So Shapiro is just an elite troll at this point. Yeah. On this, as it relates to the record.
But he always has been. And he's a debate bro. So he's one of those dudes that he understands how to debate extremely well. Mm-hmm. So like if you see him go up against somebody, he's really good at pivoting out of a talking point that he doesn't have into something else. It's like this whole idea that if you can win a debate, it means you're right. Well, no, that just means that you can win a debate. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're right. And he is definitely one of those guys. That's why, facts, not his big shtick is facts, not feelings. But it's his facts
versus actual facts.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
A lot of times.
Look, he's one of those people that will have an argument with you about something that you can look up in a book.
Yeah. And
okay.
And he'll pivot and he'll change the direction of the conversation to something else. Anyways, that's enough about Ben Shapiro. We can move on.
Yeah, I saw him with his gold chains talking to.
He's like, I got the bling. Yeah. I'm in the clubs.
Yeah,
wear that to the wrong club and see what happens.
Once I saw the FaceTime or whatever you want to call it with the split screen. He's got his shades on and he's got fake gold chains. He's like, bro, we're number one in the country. I'm like, yeah, this dude. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Thank you, man. Because now I have to. I'll do my due diligence.
Don't search him out.
I'm not gonna waste too much time, but I'm glad you put me on game because that speaks a lot about a person that I didn't really know a lot about. That I've now formed feelings about based off the minimal amount of information that I've been provided.
He's supremely, like, if you ever have heard the term like bad faith, he's one of those people that always operates in bad faith.
Gotcha.
So it's not even worth it.
Well, let's stop talking about that goofy then, if that's the case.